Fact. Manchester United have signed plenty of midfielders over the years. Some arrived with huge reputations, others came with enormous price tags. Some succeeded, many didn't. So when the club announced the signing of Youri Tielemans, the reaction was surprisingly mixed. Some fans celebrated, others questioned why United had signed a 29-year-old midfielder instead of chasing another young superstar. But I think many supporters are looking at this transfer the wrong way, because Manchester United didn't buy Tielemans for what he might become. They bought him for what he already is, one of the Premier League's most complete technical midfielders. And when you compare his profile with Casemiro, you begin to understand exactly why Michael Carrick wanted this deal completed. Let's start with the obvious question. Is Tielemans replacing Casemiro? The answer is yes and no. Positionally, yes. He's arriving after Casemiro's departure, but stylistically, they're completely different footballers. Casemiro built his reputation by destroying attacks, winning tackles, blocking passing lanes, dominating aerial duels, protecting the back four. He was the defensive shield. Tielemans isn't that player. He doesn't try to bully opponents. He beats them with intelligence, with angles, with timing, with technique. That's why Carrick believes he can transform this midfield. Not because he'll defend like Casemiro, but because he'll help United spend far more time with the ball. And that's a huge difference. Last season at Aston Villa, Tielemans wasn't just another midfielder. He became the player everything flowed through. Whenever Villa wanted to build an attack, the ball usually found Tielemans first. He constantly dropped between defenders to receive possession. He always showed for teammates, and more importantly, he almost always chose the correct option. That's a quality statistics don't always capture. Decision-making. The very best midfielders don't just complete passes. They know which pass the game needs. Sometimes that's a simple 5-yard pass. Sometimes it's a 50-yard switch that changes the entire attack. Tielemans has mastered both. Now compare that with Casemiro's final season. Casemiro still produced important goals. He remained dangerous from set pieces. He brought leadership, experience, and personality. Those qualities will absolutely be missed. But there was one area where United often struggled: controlling matches. Too many games became stretched, too many attacks became rushed, too many transitions left the defense exposed. Carrick wants to change that. His philosophy isn't built around surviving games, it's built around controlling them. And that's exactly where Tielemans excels. One of the first things you'll notice is how often he scans before receiving the ball. Most supporters watch the player with possession. Elite coaches watch the player before he receives it. Tielemans is constantly checking both shoulders. He's already thinking 2 or 3 passes ahead. That means his first touch usually takes him away from pressure. Instead of reacting, he's already prepared. That tiny detail changes everything. It gives teammates more time, it creates better passing angles, and it makes pressing against United much more difficult. Another reason Carrick wanted him is his progressive passing. This isn't about passing sideways to keep possession. It's about moving the team forward, breaking defensive lines, finding attackers between midfield and defense, turning defense into attack with one intelligent pass. That's where Tielemans has consistently ranked among the Premier League's better midfielders. He's not flashy, he's efficient. And efficiency wins football matches. Think about what happened to Manchester United in difficult away games over the past few seasons. Opponents pressed aggressively. United struggled to play through it. The midfield became disconnected. Bruno Fernandes dropped deeper and deeper, looking for the ball. Suddenly, there was nobody close to the striker. Attacks broke down before they even started. Tielemans helps solve that problem because he's comfortable receiving the ball under pressure. In fact, he almost invites pressure. The closer opponents get, the easier it becomes for him to find the free man. That's one of the reasons Aston Villa trusted him so much. He gave the entire team confidence, and confidence spreads quickly in football. When defenders trust the midfielder in front of them, they play with more courage. When attackers know the ball will arrive early, their movement improves. That's the invisible influence of a top-class midfielder. Another major advantage: Premier League experience. Carrick isn't signing someone who needs 12 months to adapt. Tielemans already understands the pace, the physicality, the intensity, the expectations. That's incredibly valuable. especially when you're trying to rebuild a team quickly. He also arrives as a leader, not the loudest player on the pitch, but someone who leads through consistency. Week after week, game after game, managers love players they can trust, players who rarely panic, players who make the right decision more often than the spectacular one. That's Tielemans. Of course, there are areas where Casemiro was superior. He was the stronger tackler, more dominant in aerial battles, probably more intimidating to play against. Those qualities don't disappear overnight. United will miss them. But Carrick isn't trying to recreate the past. He's trying to build something new. And that's why this signing makes sense. Instead of replacing Casemiro with another ball-winning midfielder, United have chosen a completely different direction. More control, more possession, more patience, more technical quality. Now imagine the midfield. Tielemans operating from deep, Andrey Santos providing energy beside him, Bruno Fernandes playing higher up the pitch where he's most dangerous. Suddenly, every player is doing what suits them best. Tielemans controls possession. Santos breaks up attacks and covers ground. Bruno creates chances. That's balance. Not three players doing the same job. Three players doing different jobs perfectly. Then think about the players ahead of them. Bryan Mbeumo thrives when he receives early service. Diallo loves getting isolated against defenders. Wide players become far more dangerous when the midfield moves the ball quickly. That's another reason this signing matters. Tielemans may never score 20 goals. He may never produce highlight reel moments every weekend, but he could make everyone around him better. Sometimes the best signing isn't the player everyone notices. It's the player who quietly improves the entire team. That might be exactly what Manchester United have found. Because if Tielemans brings control to this midfield, if he helps United dominate possession, if he allows Bruno to stay higher, and if he accelerates the development of players like Andrey Santos, then this won't just be another transfer. It could become the signing that defines Michael Carrick's Manchester United. Now let's talk about something that often separates good midfielders from elite ones. Game management. Every Premier League season has moments where emotion takes over. You're leading 1-0 away from home. The crowd is on top of you. The opposition is throwing everyone forward. That's when many teams panic. They clear the ball aimlessly, they lose possession, and suddenly they're defending wave after wave of attacks. Tielemans approaches those moments differently. He wants the ball, not to do something spectacular, but to calm everything down. One accurate pass, then another, then another. Before you know it, the pressure has disappeared. That's the difference between surviving a game and controlling one. It's also why experienced managers trust players like him. Another area where Tielemans could have a huge influence is set pieces. Not because he's the tallest player or the strongest, but because of the quality of his delivery. Manchester United have often struggled to make corners and free kicks count consistently. A midfielder capable of delivering dangerous balls into the box immediately increases the threat from dead ball situations. When you have strong aerial players attacking those deliveries, every corner becomes a genuine scoring opportunity. It's another way of winning matches without dominating open play. Then there's versatility. Modern football demands flexibility. Managers don't want players who can only perform one role. Tielemans has spent his career adapting to different systems. He's played as a deep-lying playmaker, a number 8, a double pivot midfielder, and even further forward when needed. That gives Carrick tactical freedom. If United need more control, Tielemans can drop deeper. If United need another runner into midfield, he can push higher. That flexibility becomes invaluable over a long season filled with injuries, suspensions, and fixture congestion. Now think about the Champions League. The margins become even smaller. One misplaced pass can end a European campaign. One moment of composure can win a knockout tie. That's where players with Tielemans' experience become priceless. He's played in high-pressure environments throughout his career. He understands when to speed the game up and when to take the sting out of it. Those little decisions rarely make the headlines, but they're often the difference between progressing and going home. There's also the leadership factor. Not every leader wears the captain's armband. Some players lead through consistency, training standards, professionalism, preparation. Young midfielders watch everything experienced players do, how they prepare before matches, how they recover after games, how they react after making mistakes. Those habits spread throughout a dressing room. Carrick isn't just adding a midfielder, he's adding another experienced voice to a squad that's becoming younger every transfer window. But perhaps the biggest reason this signing excites me has nothing to do with statistics or tactics. It's identity. Ask yourself this question. What has Manchester United's midfield identity actually been over the last 5 years? Counter-attacking, high pressing, possession-based, physical, creative? The honest answer is, it's been difficult to define. Different managers brought different ideas, different players suited different systems. The midfield often looked like a collection of talented individuals rather than one connected unit. Carrick now has an opportunity to change that. And every successful team has a recognizable midfield identity. Manchester City dominated through control, Arsenal through structure, Liverpool through intensity. Carrick appears to want Manchester United to dominate through technical quality. Winning the ball quickly, keeping it intelligently, moving opponents around until spaces appear. If that's the vision, Tielemans fits it perfectly. Will everything click immediately? Probably not. New partnerships take time. Players need to understand each other's movements, the timing of runs, the preferred passing angles, the defensive responsibilities. That chemistry isn't built in one preseason. It's built over months of playing together. But the encouraging part is that the foundations already seem clear. United aren't simply collecting talented footballers anymore. They're assembling players who complement one another. Every successful rebuild starts with that principle. And if Carrick gets this midfield right, everything else becomes easier. The defense faces less pressure, the attack receives better service, the team controls more matches. Supporters see a clearer style of football. Ultimately, that's what Manchester United fans have been waiting for. Not just better players, a better team. And if Youri Tielemans becomes the player who connects every part of that team together, his impact won't be measured only by goals or assists. It will be measured by something far more important. Manchester United finally looking like a side in complete control of football matches again.